Is it wrong to be angry with God? We're going to answer that question. You can also discover more on GotQuestions.org. Being angry at God is something that many people, both believers and unbelievers, have wrestled with throughout time. When something tragic happens in our lives, we ask God the question, why? This response indicates two flaws in our thinking. First, as believers, we operate under the impression that life should be easy and that God should prevent tragedy. Second, we do not understand the extent of God's sovereignty, losing confidence in His ability to control everything. When we lose faith in God's sovereignty, it is because our frail human flesh is grappling with our own frustration and our lack of control over events. When good things happen, we all too often attribute it to our own achievements and success. When bad things happen, however, we are quick to blame God, and we get angry with Him, indicating the first flaw in our thinking, that we deserve to be immune to unpleasant circumstances. Tragedies bring home the awful truth that we are not in charge. Everything that happens is either caused or allowed by God. Not a sparrow falls to the ground, nor a hair from our head without God knowing about it. We can complain, get angry, and blame God for what is happening, yet if we will trust Him and yield our pain to Him, acknowledging our pride and trying to force our own will over His, He will grant us His peace and strength to get us through any difficult situation. We can be angry with God for many reasons, so we all have to accept that there are things we cannot control or even understand with our finite minds. Our understanding of the sovereignty of God in all circumstances must be accompanied by our understanding of His other attributes: love, mercy, kindness, goodness, righteousness, justice, and holiness. When we see our difficulties through the truth of His Word, God works all things together for our good, and He has a perfect plan which cannot be thwarted. We begin to see our problems in a different light. We also know that this life will never be one of continual joy and happiness. Rather, Job reminds us that man is born to trouble as surely as sparks fly upward. Just because we have salvation does not mean we are guaranteed a life free of problems. Jesus said, "In this world you will have trouble, but that He has overcome the world," enabling peace despite the storms that rage around us. One thing is certain: inappropriate anger is sin. Ungodly anger is self-defeating, gives the devil a foothold in our lives, and can destroy our peace and joy if we hang on to it. King David cried out to God during his baby's illness, and after its death, he bowed before Him in worship. God knows our hearts, and it is pointless to try and hide how we really feel, so talking to Him about it is one of the best ways we can handle our grief. The bottom line is we can trust God with everything. When tragedies happen to us, we know God can use them to bring us closer to Him and to strengthen our faith, bringing us to maturity and completeness. Then we can be a comforting testimony to others. By giving our will to Him, our faith will progressively mature, making it easier to trust Him through the next tragedy. So, to answer the question directly, yes, it is wrong to be angry at God. Anger at God is a result of an inability or unwillingness to trust God, even when we do not understand what He is doing. God understands when we are angry, frustrated, or disappointed with Him. He knows how difficult and painful life in this world can be. Does that make it right to be angry with God? Absolutely not. Instead, we should trust that He is in control of His perfect plan. That answers the question, is it wrong to be angry with God? On our website, GotQuestions.org, you'll find a deeper discussion and recommended resources. If this helped you, give us a thumbs up and click subscribe. Meanwhile, if you'd like to study more, click the bell and check out these other questions.